don't have the money to hire a lawyer.
No.
And then, how's your relationship going to be?
We're live on both. Good morning and welcome to the Hodgepack Sports Life and everything in between right here on 106.9, the Country Giant. Hodge, Misty, and Josh rocking and rolling. Last Friday of March means April's right around the corner. March Madness is happening big time. Brackets are good. Brackets are sad. UT folks are very sad, just barely.
Great game. Oh my gosh.
I had another thing I was going to say, but I'm so glad I stopped.
Well,
But again, we're brought to you by Lotto Land and Cattle. We are in our Potosi Live studio as the mall walkers are rolling. Josh, Misty, how are we?
Wonderful. It's Friday. Whoop whoop.
yeah, it's been a busy week. You know, doing the whole baseball thing, and then as Hodge was there when we had that you know, we got a track meet tonight when the wind's supposed to blow like 50 miles an hour from the north. So you know,
Fun times.
Run downhill, run downwind, and surely the pole vault will not be into the wind, because if so, buy tickets.
should go backwards.
Yeah. We just long jump the other way.
Pole vault is going to be really entertaining tonight.
Yes, it is supposed to be windy and all the things, and but we got a lot to cover. Lots going on in the big country. We joke about it all the time. During football season, you could have a 3-hour show and maybe even longer. But right now, there's a lot going on. Again, we were talking about how spring really, if you take a look at it, especially if you got kids, there's so much going on with spring baseball opening day, which again, I'm not real sure if anybody knows or cares or when it actually happened, and there's a lot of confusion. It's kind of like Black Friday. And then you've got just, I'm sure I could see showing up to the night for a play or theater arts when it's supposed to be track, because it gets confusing, and there's just a lot going on. And I think right now, I say all the time, sports, there's another word we call it, but sports struggle in the radio world and in just visual doesn't really start yet, because and I know Josh has got his cheese sandwiches Sunday, but we're rolling through football, and really you get the draft that maybe help a little bit, but there is a ton going on in the landscape of sports, because you've got the stuff happening on the basketball court in March Madness. You've got stuff happening off the court with coaches leaving. Tons going on.
Oh yeah, yesterday, especially with there is no doubt. If you disagree with me, I'll put you in a headlock. Yesterday was opening day, not Wednesday. You can't have one game and call it opening day. But so we got to watch real baseball yesterday, so that was going on, and then we have the Sweet 16. So it was quite a sports day yesterday.
Yeah, there was a ton going on. Your track meet is tonight. Your track meet was Tuesday.
Yeah, we're done. So the next however many weeks of school, it'll just be.
Oh, so that was the last track meet. We're finished.
That's the way.
Stephenville
the way
was
you
our
said
last.
That your track meet. I was picturing Misty and I actually like competing. In track meet.
Well, you weren't here the day that Michael Bacon was here, and we talked about running 40s right through here, right by the gumball machines here in the Mall of Abilene. So we can make that happen, but I have requested a few things and all that. But it is busy and a lot's going on, and we'll talk about Major League Baseball. Opening day was yesterday. Not a great day for the Rangers. Really just 2 bad pitches that left the yard, and a little bit was interesting seeing Adolis Garcia not in a Rangers uniform.
Yeah, but the results were the same. 0 for 4, 2 Ks.
Yeah, but he was on the W side.
Well, yeah.
Other than that one.
Yeah, he still has a chance to go to 162-0. The Rangers do not.
Well, you're right.
How are we feeling after the Rangers' performance?
Oh, I have no negativity at all. It's one game against arguably the best left-handed pitcher in the National he was an so it's like your guys like that. The fact that they did come back and make it interesting at the end, they had the tying run at the plate, so it was, you can't win them all. I mean,
that's win the first one.
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, would I rather have won for the feel good in all of that? Yes, but I was fine with how they played. Like you mentioned, Nathan Eovaldi pitched fine. He ran into like that opening inning where there was a base hit by Trey Turner that was not hit extremely hard. A good play by Josh Smith at second base, but just couldn't quite get him. Turner's very fast. And then a Kyle Schwarber home run, which he hit 50 something of them last year. So it's not like that, like settled down a little bit and then got in a little trouble again. And with 2 outs, gave up a 3-run homer. Overall, the offense showed up there at the end, and I'm feeling good about the season still. I still think that this is a 80-something win team. If things break the right way, it's on the high 80s, and there's a playoff chance. If they don't, then last year was 81-81. I think that's the other thing that we don't really think about because everyone was so disappointed with how poorly the Rangers hit last year and how they, obviously didn't make the playoffs. They still won 81 games. It wasn't, sometimes I feel like the general attitude was like it was a 65-win team.
That's like when the Cowboys win, 12 or 13. We're like, this sucks, fire them.
Well, and I think the problem is, and we'll talk more baseball. We'll get Josh's Ranger total on what he thinks the wins will be for the year a little bit later on in the show. But I think a lot of that is when you win the World 23, your expectations change.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
100%.
And so I think that's a lot of it. Couple of things. Let's dive into our Lawrence Helen report. Big news: Scotty Scheffler withdrew from the Houston Open. I'm sure the Houston Open folks were disappointed knowing that the #1 player in the world was coming to your course and where tickets were bought so they could see Scotty. But Scotty withdraws as his wife Meredith and them are expecting their second child, and so he withdraws. The Houston Open happening. Paul Warren leading after day 1 at 7 under. Gary Willen at 6 under. Sam Burns, another Texas kid, at 5 under. There out in Houston. A couple weeks before we head out to Augusta. Last night, Sweet 16. Actually, reverse back. Hubert Davis out at the University of North Carolina. Late news. Wade, who was at LSU, had some investigation things happen, went to McNeese State for a year, had a great run at McNeese State, now is back, went to NC State for a year, and is heading to LSU. Hubert Davis let go at North Carolina. He was there as a player, there's assistant coach, head coach, and fired. And I put in the rundown, should you go back to your alma mater? Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk?
Yeah, the
I mean,
pressure is.
Kingsbury, no, I mean, Matt, it works out. Matt Painter, still in the Sweet 16, moved on to the Elite 8 last night, is a Purdue player, alum. Is it worth it?
I would say yes. I mean, if that's your dream, because things have always, they're like, all right, let's learn, Steve Sarkisian, and then they're like throwing up the horns up, like go Longhorns. It's like you just got here, like obviously you want to do well, but it's not the rival.
Here we want a Michigan guy. We want a fill in the blank guy. Kenny Smith last on coverage of the Madness, who went to North Carolina. He says, "Who do you want somebody that is wanting to do that?"
I think on this, sure, because they do understand the traditions and the culture. But me, if I'm the coach, I think something like that, it just you've already got so much what you're doing at that. And so for me, I don't know that I would want to go back. I probably would want to go back, but just that extra pressure it would put on me, I think could be very challenging.
Well, I'll tell you this: when I was,
I mean, you were a coach.
When I was well, I'll tell you, when I left Roby, one of the jobs that I interviewed for was for the boys basketball job at Merkle. And Josh can attest to this. When there was a period when I was in school, Merkle Badger boys basketball was one of the best in the area. And I wanted that job. And I will always wonder, because they had some talent. And no offense, the guy they hired, that guy did not mesh well with the current talent that he received.
Was he an outsider or was
yes,
he
was an outsider.
Okay.
And they didn't even play on. And I will always wonder, could we have been good? And a lot of good things. And I will always wonder how well I could have done as the head basketball coach there. Didn't happen. And I think one of the ones they thought, they had hired somebody in the past, and they're like, well, we don't want that to happen. I'm like, there's a difference between me and the other people. They're going to stay. They're not going to move. I'm like, if it doesn't work out, I'll go find another job. Didn't work out. We're doing this today, loving what I'm doing. But I will always wonder how good we could have been, how good Merkle basketball could have been if I'd have gotten that job.
But you were willing to take that risk
100%.
For your alma mater.
100%.
Yeah.
I was. Now, they didn't pay like these college coaches did, where they sign you a 5-year deal. If you suck, here's 3-year buyout.
This is 20 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. They don't do that at all. So, Josh, we got about a minute. Chuck Norris, 86 years old, passes away. You changed your Facebook profile for the first time since Molly, not 4 months old.
Yes.
Chuck Norris story. Go.
I met Chuck Norris at the Abilene airport, I believe, in 2007. And I was a huge Walker Texas Ranger fan, and if you're not, you need to get roundhouse kicked. But so when I had that opportunity to talk to him, I did, and I told him I was a big fan, and then he was very gracious, and he gave me a hug, which I don't like being hugged, but
unless it's by Chuck.
But yeah, I'll take it. And then we got our picture taken.
Did you ask him to take the picture, or was he like, "Let's get"? I mean, how would?
Yeah, we were talking, and then I told him I was a big fan, and then he was like, "Oh, that's great," and so yeah, it's like, "Well, let's get a picture." Yeah,
organically.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did not even recognize you in that photo.
Yeah,
Josh has been on this journey.
Yes.
He loves for us to, we're doing life together.
Yeah,
he loves these terms.
He and Chuck.
He's been on this health journey, and he's just kicking butt.
All right. Well, there you go.
I lost a lot of weight, but so anyway, that was one of those things that obviously he was 86 years old, so it's not a shocking revelation. Right. You hear the news, but it's always like you just think about
all the jokes,
yes.
all the memes. Yes, no doubt. So. All right, that is our Lawrence Hall headline report. When we come back, we'll talk about last night's games, and we'll talk about a coach that needs to, I don't know. I hope Misty took time to listen to it. If not, she'll hear it for the first time. When we come back, Lawrence Hall Abilene online.com. Check them out. We'll be back right after this.
I did watch the bid.
Was that not the biggest wine bag of all time?
Wine bag.
Yeah, that was really. We will talk about it on air, but yes.
Terrible look. Terrible.
That's why people don't take women's sports seriously.
Yeah.
And I will be saying that on air. So, it definitely doesn't help our cause.
It doesn't help our cause.
No. Shut your dang mouth. Yeah, you wine bag.
Shut your yap.
What's bad is they played UConn last year and only lost by 8.
Yeah, I mean, this year, I think because it was a 53-point loss, that just, and I get it, emotions are running high and whatever, but you just got to keep your trap shut. Even if you're feeling it, we learned this, in kindergarten now. Little Johnny, You
Can't
might be
say
feeling this way,
anything.
but you can't say it out
Little
loud.
Johnny had the best jokes though.
Little Johnny did have the best jokes. But I did watch a few vids on it because I hadn't seen that. I'm gonna be honest, I had not watched one girls basketball game. I've been invested in the men's, and I have not watched.
I will
any
say
basketball.
I watched Aaliyah Chavez.
I
and-
will probably.
And they
now
played
as it
South
gets
Carolina.
closer. Right. I just have not watched anything other than the men's. But God, that game last night, that Texas game.
Oh,
Woo!
that's
Last night.
good.
So good.
Back it up.
And so we're having a steer wrestler. That is so fun.
It's coming up next.
I love it.
Coming up
We'll
next.
take a pic on the little thing today. That's so great. I love that we are keeping it, diverse.
Well, Michael Hall's putting together that big
Yes.
bulldogging. I guess they can't call it still wrestling anymore.
But yeah.
I could go to that Sunday. It's only like $15.
Yeah, so cool.
For us to do what we've done, to continuously have to come to UConn and every judgment.
All right, Mr. Jake Knapp, I need you to have a good day. A lot of powerlifting teams in town.
Is that, I saw a bus over there, and I was like trying to.
Oh, it was bus central pulling
I
out.
was trying to read, like, because I couldn't. It was a word that I was not sure what it was.
Cotillo?
ISD. I was
The
like,
Cotillo one.
I don't. I
Mathis was over
Mathis, that was
Mathis
like,
was
'cause
over there.
I was like, what? I don't know who that is.
We need to do a new Coleman County Bank bit.
Okay.
Greg said you killed the Anytime Fitness one.
He was so kind. I don't know. I just read it and I was like, "Are we good?" He's like, "I think so." So hopefully they liked it.
He said it was one take.
Yeah, one take.
Ooh.
I mean, I've grown. I'm getting better with age.
You like wine?
Yeah. I would like to think. But this would be hard.
This wine's becoming a raisin.
Seriously.
To continuously have to come to UConn. Every single school that I go to, from Buffalo to is unfair to the young people. I don't know what it is. Somebody said, is there something that they might have against me? If that's the case, then I really communicate about that. But for us to do what we've done and our body of work to have this team in the country. Gino has this thing going. I don't know what he's done, but I thought deserve a little more respect.
Ooh.
In his 37 years, I'm going to be in this particular bracket every.
Welcome back to the Hodgepack Sports Life and everything in between. That is Syracuse women's basketball coach, Felicia Leggett Jack. And that is after her post-game, it is part of her post-game interview after losing to UConn. I got to get the score because they lost by 50 in the second round of March Madness. And she was complaining that every year, ever since she's been coaching, no matter the stop she's been at, she's had to play against the University of Connecticut women. and that something's got to change, like that it's personal. They lost 98-45. And instead of giving all the credit to Gino and all that, she's making an excuse that they got put in the wrong backyard. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, as I was watching this, and I may take a little bit of heat on what I'm about to say, but it's fine. This is why people don't take women's sports seriously, because it's this victim mentality, like we're going to just cry when things don't go our way. And it was really cringy and hard to watch because it's like, do better, recruit better. Yes, you're playing UConn, powerhouse, like forever. UConn, when you think of women's basketball, UConn is at top of mind. But for her, and then for her to say it's a personal attack, I don't know. It's just this loser victim mentality that I can't stand when women do that in general. But then, women are trying to have this voice of like, we're relevant. And then something like that happens. And it just feels like you take a few steps forward and then something like that happens. And it's like, this is why nobody wants to watch women's sports.
Well, and my thing is don't finish.
Well, you have to win more games.
Don't finish 7th in your own conference.
I mean, you have to win more
Don't finish
games.
7th in your own conference behind Notre Dame, NC State, North Carolina, Louisville, and Duke. Do better in your own conference,
Yes.
and you're going to get a better seed, and you're not going to play them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing that I struggle with and have a frustration is, get over yourself. Do you think it's hard enough to figure out who to put who in, whether it's the men's or the women's?
Well, and you're going to face them eventually.
Well, and whether it's the college football playoff, it's tough to figure out who should be the 12 best football teams, who should be the 64, who should be, you fill in the blank. The fact that people have hard drive room in their capacity of bandwidth to think, how can we screw Coach
Well,
Jones?
guess what? They don't care about you. They don't care.
Well,
they don't care about that.
Yeah, they're not thinking
No.
about how can we make sure that Syracuse women play UConn.
Yeah, they do not care. They're not on their radar.
No, not at all. And so I'd be curious to know if she caught any kickback or any kind of flack from her administration. Because I'll be honest with you, if I'm a player, a couple things. If I'm a player, I'm like, she's making excuses for us. We just got beat. Number two, if I go into a living room to recruit your daughter, do I want her playing for some? And again,
good luck.
I don't know how this lady may be an awesome lady.
And we have moments like it was
And
right
I'm
after
sure, and I'm sure there's a
emotions.
frustration of
Of
losing
course.
98-45 or
Yeah,
98.
they just got their teeth kicked in.
I
but
understand that, but you've got to be able to say, you know what, that's just not the way.
Yeah,
I would
you have to
handle
say,
it.
I have to do better. I have to recruit better. I have to get more donors and get more dollars. Whatever that is, you have to take ownership, not this victim mentality.
No, and so anyway, again, focus back onto the games on the court. Aaliyah Chavez is going to get to take on in the Oklahoma. I don't know if they're Lady Sooners or just Sooners. Sooners taking on South Carolina. They beat them earlier in the year. What kind of night can Aaliyah have? She's definitely made her mark as a freshman this year in the SEC for Oklahoma. But they will play tonight. But I had to get your take. I mean, Josh, I know we joked in part of the rundown, and we're not going to talk about it, but coaches, whether it's in Little League that don't know, or if it's at the Division I Power 4 group level, you've got to find a way to get better. And there's always going to be really, really good teams, and there's going to be really still trying to figure it out teams. Always. This year, it'd be like saying, I don't know why the UIL has it out for me. They always put Jayton in my district. They never put Jayton somewhere else. Coach Blocker and Coach Stanley, they've got it really going there. They do a really good job, but I just don't know why the UIL has everything against me that they put me in Jayton's district or they put me in Argyle's district. You fill it in, man. I don't know why they make us play wall every year. When you
It's
do
comical.
yeah,
I mean, it really is.
but you get it. There are players, the talent level's different, and so, but when you start making it about that, you're not ever going to get to the top.
No,
I may be wrong, but you're not going to get to the top.
No, I mean that's always kind of my opinion, just in general. Like if you're not, if your first reaction to setback is excuses, you're not getting any better. And that's in life, just in general, whether that's playing sports or like something at work or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like your lawn's not green enough. It's like
make it greener.
Like there's
Find
always
a new lawn.
like you can make excuses, or you can say, realistically look at yourself and how do I do this better?
As
Right.
the administration, would y'all have? I mean, I'm not saying she. Like, what if you're the administration at Syracuse after seeing that post-game interview?
I think honestly, I think I would have done what you just said. I would, well, not
Fire?
No,
I'm not saying she needs to be fired.
I'm not saying I would not tell her you're bad for women's sports. I wouldn't say that. But what I would say, hey, coach, I know you're frustrated. Nobody likes to lose that way. But we've just got to figure out, what do you need? Because I'm sure some of it, and even Calipari talked about it last night. Do we need more money? Do we need to go figure out a way to go get, because
that's what I said, donors and dollars, so that you can recruit better and all of that.
So I would go about it that way. I'd be like, okay, I totally get it. You're frustrated. We're not there yet. But here's the thing. We're not even at Duke's level. Louisville, North Carolina, who are above conference. Forget outside conference. We're not better than them yet. What do we need to do to get there? I mean, they were overall 24-9. They won, maybe, I don't know if it's counting their tournament game. They won 24 wins. They went 12-6 in their conference. Not bad, but what do we need to do to get better in that conference?
Well, and definitely, and again, emotions were high, and I want to give her some grace in that. And I'm not saying she's necessarily, she personally is bad for women's sports, but that type of mentality, that victim mentality is what I'm talking about, that people have a harder time watching your sport when you're going to be a wine bag after the fact. So that's my point in all that.
Well, and I agree too. I mean, like I said, want to talk about it. Hopefully Oklahoma wins and go beat Don Staley.
When do they play?
I want to say it's tomorrow.
Okay, I definitely want to watch that game, because that has been Aaliyah Chavez. What she's done so quickly has been.
Oh, no doubt. Well, let's talk about yesterday's game. We got about 3 minutes left. Let's talk about Thursday's games. Yesterday, Arkansas loses to Arizona 109-88. The biggest loss in tournament play for Calipari. Arizona scoring 109 points. Iowa takes down Nebraska 77-71, and the University of Texas lose 79-77 on a tip-in by Trey Kaufman-Penn. They get fouled. Boone makes it, has one free throw, drains it to make it tied up. Everything's good, and then the ball bounced one more time for the tip-in, and then they get the win. Purdue moves on. And then number 1 seed, Houston, hometown game in Houston. They lose 65-55 to Illinois. And so how's everybody bracket?
Well,
Pretty much.
yeah, I'm like, I had Houston, I think, in my Final Four. I'm almost
I did.
positive. So that's Houston was was one of my Final Four. Along with Duke, Arizona, and Michigan.
So in our Hodge pack, we've got, do we have any idea who T4 is and Eyes?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the Eyes.
I'm trying to look.
I was wondering who the Eyes were.
T4, Eyes, and Hag, that's Coach Hagler. They're leading the pack with Arizona in it. Tootsie is Tracy. She's in 4th, but she's basically done because she had Florida winning it.
Hey, but she's in 4th place right now. That's pretty good.
That's
Where
good.
do we sit? Where are?
I'm still
I'm
scrolling.
in 10th.
Hodge is up there at 8 with Duke still alive. Lauren Backus, I don't know that may be Bryson's.
I'm probably at the bottom. This.
Scrolling.
Gotta go to page 2.
Page 2.
Yeah, I'm taking a turn since last year. Really? You're still scrolling?
Still scrolling. Have you found
Is
her?
there a search feature?
Yeah. Is there like?
Can you search? It's Misty with an M.
Yeah. Well, you're almost there.
Dang.
We'll talk about. There's some great games today. Great games today. We'll talk about that coach versus program. We'll talk about more of those in a moment. When we come back, the twist. Conway Twitty says, "Don't call him a cowboy till you see them ride." This guy's probably ridden, not necessarily me. When we come back, PRCA Steel Wrestling Champ Matt Reeves will join us in studio right after this.
Did you even enter the
Hi, I'm Misty. Nice to meet you.
How are you doing, sir? I like those shoes.
How you doing? I'm Ryan or Hodge.
All right.
Matt, feel free. You can hop in here.
Yeah, or you can go here. Josh can go here. I can be. Josh, you can be in on this.
I don't
Whatever you want to do.
Sit behind it.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Misty.
It's not Arkansas playing here, but it's, there's a lot of slow people.
oh,
Yeah, you
yeah.
had to keep passing people. They were driving like 50. I was like, what are we doing? Yeah.
Yeah, 36 is hard to find a place to pass for it.
Yes.
Come see us. Our business online is lawrencehillabelingonline.com. Live to anywhere else.
After 150 years of brewing Coors Banquet with
So what days do y'all do this?
Just Friday.
Just Friday.
Just one day a week. Yes, sir.
places are made.
And local that goes with it then.
Yes.
We try.
Lots of college stuff in,
Yeah.
everything here.
Football season's real busy.
Yeah.
Football season's definitely busy for us. But like right now, there's plenty with.
Talking March Madness.
March Madness.
Start of baseball. Yeah. Build a stadium for this other team here.
Somebody said they were looking at it, but I don't know. It's
It's a hard way to make enough money to support
right.
it. I mean, unless they go to having college tournaments and other stuff with it.
Right.
That's a tough deal.
And then it'd have to be nice enough and big enough, and that's more expensive. Yeah.
It
So,
is.
all right.
they do a good job. I'll give them that. The
It's a
product.
cool deal. We went last year. I think it's cool that they're gonna have a college, more of a college, I guess the league they're going into.
Mhm.
We went right by Deadwood there, Spearfish. And all those kids are college kids, and it was pretty cool a few years ago. We went to it. It was really neat. The only thing he remembers is it was a pretty bad call at the end, and all the benches cleared. I really thought that I was like, we can go. Oh Lord, this is gonna go for it.
I'm excited you're here. I was like, we've never had a steer wrestler on the show before. This
This
is
is a
cool.
big deal that's going on this weekend. It is a really big deal for
Yeah.
us. We've had one standalone before, and it added a lot for us at the time. It would have been in 19 or something. It would have been in 19, it added 40, but Sunday, that deal, there's 100,000 added up plus their fees. Yeah, it's a big deal. For one event, one deal, it's a real big
So,
deal.
and we got one more commercial, and I'm gonna get it.
Um,
Do you need a water mat or anything?
Okay. Yeah, it's a huge deal to have something like that, which I'm not really into standalones. I'm on the board, so standalones get in the way. There's a lot more rough stock and there's time to get one, which is one of those things. But I mean, yeah, this will be the second best really probably the second best thing they go to all winter.
Oh, wow.
Besides Houston, this will be the second best thing that they go to all winter.
You in on this, Josh?
Yeah, I can do.
And then whenever you are like whatever's comfortable for you, but you'll want to get pretty close. So.
Okay. I tend to be loud, so I don't always want to get too close. I had a kid at baseball last night.
Welcome back to the Hodgepodge, sports life and everything in between. When you hear that, you know it's time for our Big Country Electric My Town segment, brought to you by Big Country Electric Cooperative, taking care of their members each and every day out of Roby, Snyder, and Stanford. We highlight a local player, coach, or program, and today we're highlighting player, event. I don't know if there'll be a program there you can buy. But there'll be a program. Joining us in our Potosi Live studio is Matt Reeves, PRCA stud. Will that work?
That'll work. Yeah.
But joining us, a big event's going on this weekend out at the Telecom Arena. Get the official time. I know Michael Hull and Cedar Gap have been very instrumental in this event that's happening. That when I was talking to Matt or Michael, I was like, it's kind of like you're creating your own, a different version of the PVR, except with steer wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it is. We have standalone events in the PRCA. There's way more rough stock, but he kind of watched the Extreme Bronx finals that goes on in Rapid City in the fall, and he wanted to do something like that for steer wrestling. He's involved in rodeo, and he enjoys steer wrestling, has a lot of guys on kind of a team that he sponsors, and so he wanted to do something, so he put it together. And between sponsors and stuff, it's a big deal. Today, there'll be 174 individuals there competing for 10 spots to get into Sunday. They added 10,000 to this one today, plus all their fees. So it's a huge thing. And they go out at 2, and there's $100,000 besides their fees up. So when you get done, there's about $105,000 up. It's 3 and a short. It won't take that long. It'll go pretty fast. It'll be fast paced. It's great. If you don't know that much about it, steer wrestling's a fast event. You're going to see people be 3 and 4 a lot on Sunday, and you'll see a lot of it today too. So it'll be something that we haven't had, and for the area and things, it's a great deal. The other cool thing is, hey, most rodeos and things like that go to support something, and that's the same way here. He has different entities that he is using any of the profits and all the profits to support, from high school rodeo to other charitable events that go on, and the Texas high school finals that go on here in June. Hey, they're a huge thing in the community. Things like that. It's become a sport now. It's not just a bunch of cowboys that came to town to do stuff. They train, work, do, and they're athletes.
Right.
I mean, you go watch it now, they're athletes.
Oh, there's no doubt. So tell our listeners kind of your background, because I said stud, but I mean, you're kind of a big deal yourself.
Yeah, it was good. Like lots of people say, it's hard to make a living rodeoing. So either I'm extremely lucky or smart or something. And I'm not sure what that would be. But I rodeoed, and it was the main part of my living for, I guess, about 18 years. And it was great. I made the NFR a lot. It was good. I won the NFR. I'm one of those people like you. Everybody remembers the champions, and nobody remembers second. And I was unfortunate enough to be second a few times. So,
You remembered.
You have to come to grips with that. It was good, like the American that at that time was going on in AT&T. I got to win it twice. Once I'd been hurt the year before and some things, and so I got to go in as a qualifier. That was by far, 2018 was by far the best time of my life, as far as I turned 40 that year, which made it odd that was the best time of my life. But I won the American, got to split part of the million, and before it was done, I mean, like, it's one of those things you don't think about rodeo being that way, but I won over 600,000 that year.
Wow.
Just going and rodeo. And hey, 3 seconds at a time, let's go throw them down, let's have some fun and go from there. and then it transitions. The last few years, like last year at the NFR, I hazed for 5 different people.
All right. So what does that mean? Because some people
Yeah.
would get offended by hazing. Tell
Yeah,
tell our folks what hazing is.
Different for us. Yeah, that throws the steer down. So if you don't know what steer wrestling is, we back in the corner of a box. We're behind a barrier so that we give a head start that's correct to the steer, and you ride out. You get off, catching by the horns, throwing down. Well, you can't do that out in the pasture or something, or in the arena by yourself, and you have to have a helper. So I'm on the right side of the steer, and I keep the steer going in a straight direction, and then I try to make sure I set it up so that they have the best opportunity to be as fast as they can.
So you're pretty important to that run.
You're an integral part of that run. The only time you notice a hazer is when they don't do their job.
Right.
And so it kind of stinks that the recognition you get is bad recognition for the most part. But there's a lot of things you can do, from keeping one moving down the pin instead of stopping, to getting one to pick his head up so you can catch up faster, to being able to get it set up. There's a lot of integral parts of that when we're talking about tenths of a second, I mean, sometimes a tenth of a second can be the difference in first and fourth.
Right.
Because they may.
Which may result in what numbers are in front of that comma.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you go to the NFR and pay $33,000 to win a go around, and you're 3.6, and instead you're 3.9, and you won 5th, and you won 10.
Right.
There's a big difference in 33 and 10, and it's a big deal for us. And so it's a situation that gets in there. But man, it was good. Like we won so much money out there, and I've been very fortunate with horses, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, our animal athletes, they're like family. I mean, they just are.
Well, and they become celebrities too.
They do. I mean, like, you have steer wrestling horses that become celebrity, calf horses, barrel horses. A lot of times your horses get to be more well-known than you do. I would say that maybe even as much as I did, maybe more of what came along with me. I had a horse of the year in 2019. I've had some of the best hazing horses there's been. And it's been a great, fun ride. But you think about steer wrestling, you have 2 people, 2 horses, and a cow, and everybody has to get on the same page to be fast. So you got 5 brains trying to do something. That's right. The one thing that's different about rodeo than other sports. You're dealing with a lot of variables there that are going. I mean, you have a pitcher, a batter, a bat, and a ball. So they at least have 4, but otherwise that's not really where it is. And it's an individual sport, more like tennis would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thought process, the things that go with the hazing side. You know, I've watched a lot of rodeos, and I've never tried it myself. The thought of jumping off a horse that's running is a little bit frightening. But I've never really thought about how much goes into that. I mean, I watch it, I see it, but you explaining that, you know, it's like, yes, if you mess up in that, I can see that somebody messed up, but I've never heard about the I guess strategy behind that, as far as wanting to make sure it's in the right place exactly, and, you know, maintaining the right speed and everything that goes with that, you know. So that's interesting. So are you retired now, or just slowing it down a little bit, or like what's the status?
So I would have called myself mostly semi-retired for the last few years, but I had a neck surgery in December, like right after I got home, and they said I need to give it a year, so I really wouldn't be able to bulldog till next year. So unless I just have a horse, I can't really on. I'm retired, but I'm not the guy that can ever say, hey, I'll never jump another one, because who knows? You don't know. I came through it mostly, I mean, fairly injury free. I had things that went on with knees and hips, but the hips I just wasn't necessarily built right. So you get into that and some things, but so I'm pretty well retired there, but I still haze a lot. Until this year, I've always gone through the winter. I've even still been qualified for all the winter rodeos each year, but even limited. Like last year, and it doesn't seem that good, but like I had 20,000 one, and I'd been to 20 rodeos before I had to take some breaks when my neck was getting worse, and they figured out what was wrong. And so it's been good.
So for our listeners, what's the difference in steer wrestling and bulldogging?
Nothing. It's
Okay.
just a name.
Okay. So, you know, in a wrestling, that's the bulldog move. Anyway, so what led you to, and we'll definitely here in a minute, we're going to give the information about this weekend. What led you to that event?
I didn't rope good enough.
Okay.
I roped just good enough to lose. I could go tie them down just fast enough. You could win at the bottom, and you kept thinking it's going to get better. And I'll be honest, that was it. I mean, I love to rope calves, and I love to do it. I don't mind team roping, but it was one of those things I find it a little boring.
Right.
It's really hard. It's just wasn't for me. Like, man, I was a guy that I'm pretty aggressive. It's a rush. I mean, it's way more of a rush to me to catch one and throw them down and go from there. And you need speed, strength, and size, yes, to steer wrestle, but for the most part, you're just using the momentum of the animal, get everything to get straight, lock out, and lay down. It's really not brute strength. You look at the guy that won the world last year, and he's probably 5'11" and 185. I mean, you don't think about
That's like the golfers that look like they should be place kickers and they're hitting at 350.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he has great timing. He has great deal. I mean, a guy with a swing that's nice and fluid, he's a way bigger asset than somebody with an ugly swing with a whole lot of power. I mean,
Right.
you hit 180.
Yeah.
Playing baseball, you're not near as valuable, even if the majority of them are home runs, as the guy that hits 380.
Right.
That's true. So this weekend, I know. So they're starting. I'm looking at the website now. They've got events happening today. So really, what should folks expect? What should folks do? I know 2:00 is the big finale, if you will. But how can folks participate and enjoy this weekend?
So if y'all want to, everybody that wants to go look, I mean, look, it's out here at the Telecom Arena, and it's a great facility if you haven't been. It's nice to be in. It's easy to watch from. The seats are all good. So today is the qualifying round. So the top 20 in the world standings from 2025 and the top 10 in the world standings that weren't qualified from 2026 got in automatically.
So you're literally going to be watching the best in the world.
On Sunday, you are watching the best in the world. And then you have 174 individuals today that are competing for 10 spots to get to move on to that. And
Wow.
Everybody here is a professional. We don't have a minor leagues, and we don't have a UFL that will maybe feed into the NFL and college and things like that. We have college, a professional rodeo, but these people win. They all think they have a chance today. You're going to see a lot of really great bulldogging. And hey, everybody loves a wreck. You're going to see some of those too. So hey, I don't like NASCAR, but I will watch for a while and see if we're going to see something go wrong, because let's be honest, there's nothing. It's a good deal. People like looking around and like, oh, they got to look at it to see what happens. So you'll get to see that. So today's the qualifying round. It's free. You can come out, watch, go from there. And then Sunday, I think it's $25. That's not much. You're going to show up at 2. You're going to be done, I would say, probably by 4. And you'll have the rest of your afternoon. But you'll get to see the very best in the world compete for a huge check. I mean, somebody ought to win $25,000 out there. Wow. In one day. And they're going to run
3 seconds.
They're going to run, well, they're going to run 4 steers.
Okay.
And somebody's going to win about $25,000. I mean, and they may win more than that, but that'd be a semi-conservative effort or guess on what it's going to be at the end. And that's why I say this is a big deal. This is a real big deal.
And I guess that counts towards the finals totals.
So this all counts in the world standings. And the world standings is how we get to the NFR. The top 15 in the world get to go to the NFR, and the very best guys are there in Las Vegas every December. and here we go. You get started and rock on. From the first Thursday of December through the second Saturday, you're there. And everybody goes in here thinking, hey, we have a chance, and you do. The second time I wound up second, I went from 12th. I got hurt late in the year. I'd had some stuff, just had a freak deal. I hung a spur and hurt my groin and hip again. And they said, take some time. I did, came back, finished the year, and then went out there 12th, and I went up second. And one or two different things, you got a shot to win first. I mean, that's jumping a lot. I mean, people win a pile of money out there. I mean, there's events where they win more, but you're looking at people winning $200,000. There'll be 1 to 2 of them, and everybody almost will. If you just have a decent 10 days, you're going to win $100,000, $150,000 now at Vegas. So this is a big deal. I mean, for 10 days of being there, that's what you wind up with. And so this is a big deal to go into our world standings. It's probably gonna, whoever wins this will probably win. The winner's a big deal in Texas. You have Fort Worth, which is a huge stock show and rodeo that goes on. You have San Antonio, huge stock show and rodeo. Austin, huge stock show and rodeo, and Houston. And then you come right down the road here to San Angelo Monday. So they're going to leave here and go straight to Angelo to go on. And it'll be whoever wins this should have the second largest check of the winner to get yourself started to set you up. Rodeo really is won and lost, though, from the middle of June till the end of September. That's our busy time. People think about professional athletes getting on a charter plane or a charter bus and going somewhere and doing this. Look, we drive ourselves, we take ourselves. You're going to get 80 to 100,000 miles a year in. And so you got to drive it, or you got to fly around and find something to ride, and you got to do that. And you're your own person. You have to figure out the logistics and do all the stuff. Everybody thinks it's a really good time. They go to the rodeo and have fun and drink beer and watch a concert or do whatever else they do with that in their local event. The only problem is we have 3 more of them to get to that weekend.
Right. Well, shout Matt Reeves, Google, plenty of accomplishments. Do want to encourage everybody to go out this weekend. Again, you got Sunday starting today. Actually, in about 7 minutes, they're going to start going with some qualifiers. Inexpensive and great opportunity to see. Very rarely do you get to go out somewhere and see the best in the world. And you get to do that this Sunday at the Telecom Arena. Even going to start, they've got Cowboy Church at 9 a.m. If you want to get church in, Dave McQueen's going to be preaching. So plenty to do, Matt. I appreciate you making the journey out from Cross Plains today, and you'll have a busy weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be busy. So it'll be a lot of fun, though. I'm glad that it's close to home and it's simple to go to for everybody here. It's nice that it's close here for me, but hey, come out and support it and watch it and go. He's put a lot into this, and then you'll see athleticism that you don't expect from the horses and the men and the cattle, actually, that if you haven't watched a lot of rodeo, you'll get to be amazed.
There you go. Check it out again. That's our Big Country Electric My Town segment. PRCA, champion PRCA, Bulldogger, Hazer, all the things. And appreciate you coming in today. When we come back, we'll kick off hour number 2 with Misty's Back.
Great interview. Can you take a picture for us? You want to try? Okay. Can
I
I
appreciate
stand
it.
right here? So we're going to stand here.
So you're doing
So
baseball
you're just
also?
gonna hold it like
He
that.
does
They're
baseball.
trying to get our
You coaching or just
So
watching?
coach.
Okay.
So we're going to be
my
out
coaching is I
here,
can tell how to
and
win.
then we just hit that. Okay.
I can
We'll get a
explain
picture.
That was one of the most interesting interviews I think that we've ever done. Like, I am so,
That was amazing. Okay, here we go. We're in. Yep. Okay. I was like, that'd be better since you're here. Let's see. I bet you did a great job. Oh, yeah, that looks great. Good job.
Appreciate it.
What position you play baseball?
Okay, so I was Googling you, Matt,
All right.
and I got I don't know if you've ever Googled
That's good
yourself,
stat.
but would this be good for me to
You go
post
still
like
across
with our
Plains?
picture today? Is there anything I
Yeah,
could
most of
add?
that's it.
Okay, and then, yeah, I mean, we've
What
got,
grade are you in?
kind of some other things.
Yep.
Anything else? You just kind of
You
do a
getting
mix of
school
all the
today, or
stuff.
y'all don't have school?
Like, it says you're the winningest. I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
It's something.
And I don't know,
Okay.
like, you're a decent sized guy, but when I think of somebody wrestling a steer, I don't know, I guess I think of some like huge, but I'm like, you are very strong.
You think about the guy.
You thinking Hulk Hogan was?
Well, yeah, I'm just like,
Well,
you're just like a normal sized guy. You must be very strong.
Human, yes. I'm a little bigger than average. In my world, I'm actually small.
Really? Okay, that's what I was
So,
curious
a guy that I do a
about.
lot with is from Minnesota. He lives in Texas now. His name's JD Sharp. He won the world last year. And stuff.
Okay.
And I help JD a lot and do different things, just go ahead and do stuff. But JD's 6'4", 250.
Wow.
And
Well,
like,
that's,
he's all human.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
well, I guess
all
that's
human.
what I'm envisioning, and I'm like, yeah, like,
Well, you look at me and.
amazing.
I
You've
mean,
got to be
I
very
don't have
strong.
small legs, but I mean, like JD's, like his thighs are like that. I mean,
Wow.
you think about JD, you think about college. I mean, he could have gone to college for wrestling. Up there, wrestling's big, and he had a shot to go to Wisconsin or Minnesota to go wrestle and stuff. And I mean, he is. And like, there's a guy, Jesse Brown, that does it a lot, and he's thinner, but he was the backup quarterback at Washington State until he decided, man, I'm kind of done. He went through the 2 year and then went rodeo.
How funny.
And so
Football, the
you
rodeo.
get a lot of people. I rodeo guy that was actually full of drinkers and backup state.
Oh, wow.
And he played defensive back, was on special teams, and played quarterback. And got to play all the time. He went to junior college in Utah, Olin, and stuff. And Olin's a little bigger, a little taller now, but quite a bit bigger.
Wow.
And he was Philip Rivers backup.
He was, his name's Olin Adam. He was like, he was all football. He was Mr. Football in Utah in high school and stuff, and then went to Snow College, which the name's changed now. But yeah, I mean, you think about those guys.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just
So are you
impressed.
from Cross Plains originally?
I'm from Tampa originally.
Okay.
But my in-laws live over there. They run a lot of cattle and stuff.
A superintendent I worked with was at Pampa. Oh my gosh, Barry Hainish.
Like, and I'm way older than you probably think I am. So,
And it said on Google that your dad, like, did he
he
was,
rode stuff.
Okay.
Nobody rode. Like, I didn't. I graduated from A&M. Like, I had an animal science degree with a science option, and I went to grad school at Oklahoma State, and like, I left A&M. Like, this is not what you thought I'd do. This is not what I thought I'd do ever.
wow.
And I went to a rodeo with a guy from Coleman and a guy from Cross Plains. The one from Cross Plains is now my father-in-law. I wouldn't suggest marrying your traveling partner. It all worked out. So yeah,
Coleman has a fun rodeo too.
They do.
I used to work for Coleman County State Bank for almost
Oh, yeah.
14 years, and so we had a box there and big sponsor of that. And yeah, fun
Coleman's
stuff out
weird.
there.
Like, it's like when you were at Cross Plains, Coleman or Abilene or your hometown rodeo is the closest one. I never won Coleman. Never won. I won Abilene, but I never won Coleman.
Oh, funny.
So it's one of those things. Well, I do appreciate.
Hey,
y'all.
no, thank you.
So much for coming.
I think I'm gonna try.
It's a-
I
I
know.
think we're gonna
we
try to
should
come
try to
out
go
Sunday.
on Sunday,
And
yeah.
Saturday, right, they're gonna have a sponsor deal.
Very cool.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt.
Very good.
Yes.
I got
Thank you.
horses that I can go to work.
Yeah. Bye,
They're all
guys.
bummed I can't go to work.
I don't know if you want, do you want this?
I just saved my.
That was, I'm so intrigued, like, wow, that was incredible.
Welcome back to the Hodgepodge as we kick off hour number 2, brought to you by Coleman County State Bank. Reach out to colemanbank.com, and Tammy and all her team looking for that house, and you need somebody that knows how to find you the right house and get you taken care of on the mortgage side. Tammy and her team are the people to do that. Pretty interesting interview. Kind of a big deal when you start thinking about, if you think about the people around Abilene, of course, Pickett, Big Country Hall of Fame banquet coming up on April 20th. But you think about, Charles Cootie, Colt McCoy, all the things and people that Lackey that have come through, and then you talk to a guy like Matt who lives right down the road in Cross Plains, and the success he has had in rodeo and the grind that it is getting from the next rodeo to the next and staying in shape and staying in all the things that you got to do to jump off that horse, take that steer down. I mean, pretty cool little deal.
Yeah, that was cool. I will have to say we've done a lot of interviews, but that is a top one for me. Like that was so interesting. And I think people don't think of, when we're talking about football and baseball and whatever, but it's what all goes into it. And, like I had to comment, I'm like, you must be very strong. Cause yeah, I guess I did think Hulk Hogan was going to walk through the door. And like he said, he's like, I'm just, he kind of reminded me of like Clay's stature, my husband's stature. I mean, and I was just like, hold on, like you must be so, so strong. And so I don't know, I was just very impressed with Matt.
Colby Freeman from on our Facebook Live. Hodge, tell me you aren't thinking about wrestling for 4 steers for $25K in the 45 and up open division of a hobby horse. No, all are safe of me entering this weekend. But when you think about the best in the world at something, and again, in a few weeks, and we'll probably have a couple of those golfers on, we're going to have, the women's APT, all women's tour coming in. And some of the, still, probably you would say some of the best in the world. Not at the top of the LPGA and all that, but really, really, really good. This is the best in the world. These are the ones that will be in Vegas in December. And
yeah, I mean, just Google Matt Reeves, steer wrestler, like I did as I was kind of geeking out throughout that interview. And you will see, I mean, wow, like he's one of the top earners in the American alone, and that history of that event alone is just very incredible. I don't know, super cool. I'm so glad that he was able to come and visit with us today.
Very good stuff. Now it's time, speaking of good stuff, it's time to open up Misty's bag.
I want to remind everybody that tomorrow at Mulligan's, they are doing the benefit for Keaton Davis Robinson. And so there's a golf tournament going on, scramble. They've got bake sale, silent auction, whole tourney that's starting at 2 for registration. There's a volleyball tournament, 3-on-3 teams are invited for that. Live music, all the things. It's going to 9 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. when the music kicks off, and just a really fun day. Coach Robinson was at Wiley, and so my daughter has a tie to her. Just a great family. She's just been battling Crohn's and things have kind of taken a turn, and so this family needs us. And so get out to 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive tomorrow. All the fun is going to be out there, and you get to benefit a really awesome family. All right, here we go with this question. I'm just giggling because, I love a good, weird question. So the question this week is pick your zombie apocalypse survival squad with one musician, one cartoon character, and your weapon has to be anything out of your kitchen. A knife. So think of kitchen utensils or anything in your kitchen, but it can't be a knife for your weapon. So pick your squad. Again, one athlete.
Keep a gun in the kitchen?
No. One athlete, one musician, one cartoon character. Who's in? What's your weapon?
All right. Well, if I'm not allowed a knife or a gun, the weapon I think would have to be the meat tenderizer hammer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mine is a pizza cutter.
Are you just gonna like slice and dice some necks? Yeah.
Well, you can make it like a. We've had
Or a
these, yeah, pizza cutter. No,
Pizza
it's not a knife.
It better be very sharp because my pizza cutter sucks.
Well, that.
Well, I mean, going out into the real world of zombies,
Well, yeah, and there's those little plastic ones that
Yeah.
mine will be good. Ours is
Pizza
good.
cutter, okay.
All right, the cartoon character.
Yosemite Sam, because he already has 2 guns.
Yes. But he also causes a lot of accidents. That one might not be good.
Well, as long as he hits the right zombie, we're fine.
Yeah,
not
I
me.
get it.
All right, Yosemite Sam.
Blows up his TNT and all of that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can break down each one. Cartoon character first.
Yosemite Sam is mine.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, he's packing 2.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Taz. Like
Tasmanian. That would be a good.
Could take out a lot of zombies.
Yours?
So I'm gonna.
What's your weapon?
Maybe a frying pan. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to think. Like, I think I could do some damage with like, cast iron skillet.
cast iron skillet.
But you also could use it to cook.
Yeah, I
If
know.
you have to pop cook.
I'll go with the cast iron skillet for my weapon, and then cartoon character. I'm gonna go with Taz.
Okay.
We've got 2 Looney Tunes involved. What do you got?
I mean, the first thing that popped into my mind was Sergeant Slaughter from G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Ooh.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
maybe
a pretty
need
good
maybe
one.
need to bring that back.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say all the nostalgia.
Yes. Knowing is half the battle.
That is exactly right.
So yeah, I'll go with Sergeant Slaughter.
All right, let's move on to musicians.
So I guess if we're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, I mean, you could have a musician to help you, I don't know, when you get bored, or someone that you think might actually contribute to your
All right.
overall
So
survival.
do we think like somebody?
Like I'm thinking like somebody on like, I don't know, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, or like somebody like, I don't know, I'm going like,
Ozzy could relate to him.
yeah, like I'm
right,
going
just-
like Ozzy or like,
I think you need somebody that has a voice that can sing so well they put them to sleep.
ooh, I like
Oh.
this approach. Okay, who is
Like
that?
if Billy Joel just starts playing the piano, man.
And then the zombie eats him.
Okay, so you went a different route. Yeah, I'm thinking
Well, I
somebody.
thought of well,
who could
never
be a
mind.
little
Again,
wild out
off
there.
air, we'll say my other one. But
Off air,
um,
ludicrous.
Chris Bag,
Luda.
Yeah, it is.
like Tim McGraw works out too much, but maybe he'd be strong enough to take him out.
I don't know,
But
Cardi B seems like she could be really mean.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know her, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's. a
well, that's what I'm
chick.
saying. I think you want somebody that will at least go to battle for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm going 50 Cent.
Oh,
Ooh,
50 Cent.
what a good one.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
And he'll keep all the petty receipts. And
Yes.
Write a song later about it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there will be a documentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll make a lot of money through
Uh-huh.
this too.
If you survive.
I actually like that. Yeah, maybe I should pick another rest in peace Tupac. But like, yeah, maybe we need somebody in that
Yeah,
genre.
I'm going 50 Cent.
Okay.
All right, 50
So
Cent.
you're gonna put them to sleep.
Sure. I'll go with Billy Joe and put him to sleep.
All right. I guess I'll go Ozzy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, I don't know if he could. Hey, I'm probably bringing Chuck Norris along.
I
The
mean,
eyes of the ranger are upon you.
yeah, he might be able to.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck. You think zombies would have a chance against
No.
Chuck? And now that Chuck is perfect now because he's
No, yeah.
he's with.
Well, and also, but you could also maybe put Chuck Norris into the athlete category because
Yeah.
he was a
kickboxer or
Yeah.
whatever.
That's true.
Bruce Lee.
yeah.
All right, so who's your athlete?
All right.
Mike Trout.
That would be a good one.
Shohei Ohtani could throw and hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Max Crosby.
Yeah, going hockey's probably there. I'd probably go Bill Lambier from 1985.
Yeah.
Bill Lambier. Let's see.
Ron Artest.
I mean,
Oh, that would be a good one.
Dennis
Yes. Dennis.
Rodman would be a good.
Honestly, Shaq would be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He could rap and he could actually be both.
Draymond Green.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just somebody. I'm just thinking of somebody like that's just mean. That's
Angel
got it
Reese.
in them. Oh, Angel Reese. Yeah, if it was like Yeah, you could really pick an all-female squad, or yeah, we could go both ways on this question. Yeah, I wouldn't want to square up with Angel Reese.
Who's your athlete, John?
Well, I'm trying to think because those are all good ones. Just trying to think of something that said that.
Max Crosby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what she said.
that's who I said.
Literally, that's what she said.
Oh, I was thinking of Sidney Crosby, the hockey player.
Sydney.
Yeah, you said that, but I was just gonna let it go. But
Yeah,
yes,
I was,
Max.
I was confused. Ndamukong Suh.
Oh yeah, he would kick you.
Yeah, he's playing. I think in the zombie world, he's going to come in very.
All right, hey, real quick, who do you think would be the toughest quarterback to send? Is there a tough quarterback?
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Who?
I mean, Tua can definitely take some hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
No.
He's got endurance on taking a hit to the head.
That's like saying I want
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
It's made of glass.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray would be Sonic the Hedgehog. He'd have
Just
to
saying,
run.
Tim Tebow.
He's taking a
Okay.
hit.
Strong guy.
Okay. I was thinking
Running
actually
ball.
starting quarterback.
He won a.
And he's super cute, so your squad would be cute too. So that's good.
Is Josh Allen the only right answer for that?
I
The
mean, for
starting
me,
quarterback?
it's Josh.
Yeah. I think so.
So
But then if you go into that, there's like other things that you could look at, like Carson Wentz with. He's a big outdoorsman, hunter, shooter.
yeah.
I've seen pictures of him with his, like outdoor stuff. So that might come in handy.
All right. So I've got.
But I'm going with Ndamukong Suh.
All right, you got Ndamukong Suh. She's got the football player that's not a hockey player. She's going Cardi B. You went with
50 Cent.
50 Cent. I went with Billy Joel. Cartoon character Yosemite Sam, Taz, and G.I. Joe, Sergeant Slaughter. I thought you were going to say the wrestler. Weapon, pizza cutter. You went with a frying pan. You went with the mallet.
Yeah. The meat mallet.
I think that you probably
Yeah.
win that one.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you would not want to mess with Team Hodgeback when the zombies come, as long as we have our full army. When we come back, we have a Friday of great games in March Madness. We'll be back right after this.
That was a funny one.
Yeah, I was like, this one's weird, but I like it.
Max Crosby. That's funny that I've read.
When you said that, I was like, huh? Right.
I really thought hockey player was Sidney Crosby, which no relation. What's that? Where's your track meet?
Here, that's cool.
I'm still just so impressed with Matt.
Yes.
Man, he's just so awesome. I don't know, and I was like thinking he was gonna be like your height or like taller.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just.
Not gonna lie, sir, you're a lot smaller than I thought.
Did I say it like that? I just had to say that though, because I'm like, you have to be so strong.
Not gonna lie, I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah, I mean he's probably a little taller than Clay and like obviously stronger, but like not too far off of his stature. I don't know. That was crazy to me. Very, very cool. Yeah, he was so nice too.
Like a confirmation bias or something, or does it seem like lately there's just been a lot of people getting murdered around here?
Yeah, I feel that.
Or taking their own life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, my son is going to that today, to a funeral at Warren at Beltway for that exact reason. 22 years old.
Well,
Just terrible. His son took a really good picture. Like, look.
And he was all like,
I know, but look how it turned out.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, he killed it.
Like I'm like.
I was like, I'm gonna try it. I had my little tripod ready to roll.
Because I'll be honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure that he was getting it.
But like he crushed. I was like, good job.
So the KCV kids did really well again.
I don't know. I'm gonna just be geeking out over that interview forever.
Oklahoma and South Carolina play tomorrow at 4.
Ooh, okay. I'll be at that benefit, but
I bet it'll be on.
I bet it'll be on, yeah. Okay, yeah, that is such a great pick.
He's gonna have more. Well, I bet he was disappointed in last night's game.
And then Saturday, I'm gonna be going through an inflatable colon at the Undie Run for Presbyterian Medical Care Mission. And if you thought I was joking, I'm not.
Where's this at?
It starts at Texas Tech Health Science Center. It's a 5K to raise awareness for colon cancer. So I'm running or walking in honor of my father-in-law, who was just diagnosed stage 4.
Well, welcome back to the Hodgepack. Hour number 2. We're glad that you're with us. Welcome back to the Hodgepack. Glad that you're with us. Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning. We've already had tons going on: basketball, golf, everything in between. We had Matt Reeves, PRCA steer wrestler, winner of the American Big Deal. Want to give a shout out to the Key City Volleyball 17 Premier Team. They traveled to Philadelphia last weekend, went 10-0 in the Northeast National Qualifier. They defeated highly talented teams from California, Chicago, North Carolina, Florida, Kansas, as well as some Texas team. So this accomplishment qualified them for the USA Volleyball National Championships in Indianapolis, which will be at the end of May, 1st of June. Great job by them. They're 41-5, ranked number 1 in the Sun Country region, ranked 39 nationally. And so big stuff there. You might remember we had some of their players on the show. I don't think we've had them on since we've moved to the mall. Have we?
I don't believe so. I believe the last time we were downtown. So definitely time to get them back in. Yeah,
definitely will need to check about getting those folks back on. Those ladies, very talented. And so they're going to compete in the USA Volleyball Girls Junior National Championship June 25th to the 23rd. And they've got tournaments happening all the time. So congratulations to Key City Volleyball. Great job on their part. Again, March Madness is happening. We are in down the stretch, waiting for the finishing off of the Elite 8. Short 79-77 versus Purdue yesterday. Purdue moving on. Houston losing Illinois. Illinois beating Houston 65-55. Iowa beating Nebraska 77-71. Arizona dominating against Arkansas 109-88. And so, again, in the coaching world, Hubert Davis out at North Carolina. Will Wade heading back to LSU after a year at NC State. Interesting dynamics there in LSU. A lot of things going on there, but those are happening there. Today, we have some more great games. We have 2 number 1 seeds that are still alive in Duke and Michigan. Duke takes on St. John's. Alabama, Michigan. Michigan State, UConn, and Tennessee versus Iowa State. Iowa State in the Big 12. Josh, I guess they're kind of the lone ranger left of the Big 12 after Houston losing last night.
Well, the daunted Big really kind of went out with a whimper.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, and I don't know if that is, any sort of indictment against those teams actually being good, because I think they are very good basketball teams. I hear theories that maybe the overall stress and competitiveness of just the entire conference catches up to them.
Correction, Arizona's still in.
I was about to say
Number one seed,
Arizona
yeah.
too. I was, well, earlier you said Max Crosby played hockey. I just thought maybe you're slipping a little bit.
I bet he could. I bet he could.
Probably.
For the record, I bet he could.
Are they cousins?
Yeah, I'm sure you play hockey. But in my defense, having the West Coast team in the Big 12 is still getting used to. But today, you've got St. John's, who's coached by Rick Pitino, Hall of Fame coach, going against Duke, Hall of Fame program. To me, and you got John Schneider, who is the youngest coach in the field. And we may have talked about this, but the teams right here, St. John's used to be great back in the day. Pitino,
Great game against Kansas.
Yes.
Gosh, that was
Which
one of my
there is
favorites.
talks about Bill Self possibly retiring, which would open up the two biggest blue blood jobs. If he were to retire and Kansas were to open and Duke, North Carolina be open at the same time, Tech, you better get ready, because I think they're going to try to come get Grant McCaslin. But here's the deal, Grant. That money may not come with you. The money's not – Cody Campbell's not sending money to Lawrence, Kansas. The Wombles aren't sending money on your own if you're going to go to Kansas, throwing that out. But you got Duke, and then you got Michigan, who I'm going to tell you, the conference that's been good is the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. And the Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships in football in Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana. And now they're trying to figure out a way, can we get in and maybe win it in basketball? Little side note, Brad Underwood, head coach at Illinois. You want to guess where he spent some time playing college basketball?
I don't know.
Not a clue. Please tell us, Hodge. Where?
Locally.
Oh. How local?
Down the road, local.
How far?
Are we playing 20 questions?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And why did I change my voice?
I don't know.
It got weird for a second.
Listen, Crosby.
It's like I had a different job for a second.
We're taking, yeah.
And was a GA place.
Just tell us.
Our names are on the wall out there.
Oh, Hardin Simmons?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Brad Underwood, playing career, 1982 to 1983, Hardin Simmons University. Then he got in the portal, went to Independent State, and then he went to Kansas State to finish. And then he came back in 86 to be a grad assistant at Hardin Simmons. So there you go.
Yeah.
So in all that, all right, sorry, that was a little bit of a rabbit there to go chasing down.
Very much so.
But when you start looking at today's games, the coaches that are in it, Rick Pitino, Izzo, is Dan Hurley becoming one of those?
Well, obviously he is.
Yeah.
You got Rick Barnes for Tennessee. I just think my point is I think people care about any individual player when it comes to March Madness. Would you agree with that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you start looking at the schools that are left. I mean, I think today at 6:10, St. John's and Duke, amazing game.
Who takes it?
I've got
Because
Duke.
Duke's health is a problem.
It is a struggle.
And what that game against Kansas, I don't know. That was.
My question is
incredible.
that momentum, or does that take a lot out of you?
I think it's momentum. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that I would say it's momentum.
Well, there's been recovery time, so.
Alabama, Michigan football schools. Nate Oates in the talks about possibly getting the NC job. And then you got Tom Izzo. Can his experience of trying to beat UConn today? And then you got can they continue against a pretty talented Tennessee team and keep the Big 12 hopes alive?
I mean, the answer is yes. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I mean, like the Tennessee's kind of more that upstart kind of position where Iowa State, I feel like was possibly underrated. Going into the tournament. So I would think Iowa State would win that game, but if you look at my bracket after day one, it really went downhill. So I wouldn't trust anything that I say about it.
Yeah, I really do think these two yesterday had some great games. Obviously, the Arizona game wasn't good because they just dominated.
Yeah.
But then what you have on the slate today, now the problem is, even though there's more games on Thursday, I think, and I guess it makes sense, but like tonight, Tennessee and Iowa State doesn't start till 9:10 our time.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah, it's late. Yeah.
Last night, Houston didn't start till late, and they couldn't get anything going at all. But I just love that we're getting amazing games now. And Josh, to something that you say quite often, the Cinderella's shoes fell off way early this year.
Yeah. Yes. There was the High Point winning the first game.
I mean, because Texas at an 11, can you really call them a Cinderella?
No, but and they were the play-in. They made a good run. But honestly, I don't think, even if they were the 16 seed, and call them a Cinderella.
If you're in a Power Four, you can't.
Yes, and if you are an established, you have a history type Power Four program, those teams should be able to compete with other Power Four teams. Not saying they beat them every time, but should compete.
Right.
Whereas you take a High Point, no one's expecting them to even. You shouldn't compete. You don't have the same athletes. So that's my opinion on that. But yeah, so really
I mean, today your 6 seed's the highest. Iowa winning yesterday as a 9 seed.
Yeah,
that's your other high seed. Where was Iowa? Yeah, Iowa at 9. Texas was the 11 lose. Iowa in a very tough, as we. So the Cinderella stories are non-existent, and I think they're going to gradually grow farther and farther away, simply because the NIL, simply because they're not going to be there. And so, great games on today's slate. Looking forward to watching those. Lots going on this weekend. So, real quick, there's a minute 30, and I know Misty's probably going to leave sometime before. Most famous person you've met? I mean, Josh with Chuck.
I'm laughing. Sinbad in Japan. When I was shooting in the gym, I don't know if I've ever told y'all this story. Shooting in the gym, he was there. He was going to be performing at the comedy club that night for the Airmen. And I was shooting hoops all by myself in the gym because I played on the base basketball team in Japan. I was the only civilian, so that was really fun. We traveled around Japan. I played ball. I became pregnant with Ethan. Then I had to stop. That's frowned upon. One day, shooting in the gym, Sinbad and his brother walk in, and I kind of look, and then I do a double take. That man is huge. And talked to his brother for a while. Sinbad gave me a little hello. Talked to his brother Matt for a little bit, and then that night we saw him and kind of just talked to him a little bit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you were that girl in the gym, this morning or whatever." But he was there getting a workout in before his event that night, and so yeah, again, such a random celebrity.
That is random.
But I would say that's more random than most famous.
Right. Oh well, that I don't have anything else.
Would you count Jerry Jones?
Well, I guess that's true, but I forgot about Jerry because that was just kind of a selfie moment. I guess, yeah, in proximity to a celebrity, Jerry Jones, I mean, gosh, we were with all of them that day. And so, yeah.
Is Chuck yours?
Yes, and he was one that, like I said, he was like one of my heroes.
Scottie Pippen.
Sorry,
I forgot about Scottie.
I also, I literally ran into Jerry Jones. like I was walking through the crowd. There's tables. It was a banquet event, and he was attending the same event that I was. And I was walking.
No
I
big
looked
deal.
over here, talking to whoever it was that I was talking to, and I just bumped into somebody and turned, and it was Jerry Jones. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Jones." And he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. Like I need to watch where I'm going."
When was this?
That was in 2019.
And why are we just now hearing this story, sir?
I don't know.
Yeah, I never knew that. Did you know that?
Yeah, this is when Josh was bigwigging with all the quail hunting.
Yeah, it was at a quail hunting
Oh,
banquet.
okay. That was before friendship, apparently.
I didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
We knew each other,
yeah,
but we weren't hodgepodging.
well, and I don't know, hadn't told that story, but it
Very
was,
cool.
yeah, just later in that same evening, I was not just me, but several people were standing in a circle of proximity, and Stephen Jones was talking about how much money it was going to cost to sign Dak Prescott. So I was like,
little did he know
Yeah.
it was a lot more than what it
yeah,
was that day.
we were, I gave him some tidbits on the negotiations.
Little did he know, I bet 60 wasn't what he was saying at the time.
No, it went up quite a bit.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, again, big day for today. We're coming down to having the final 8 set. After today, we'll have the Elite 8 set, and getting closer and closer to the end. Hopefully you're doing well. Again, we appreciate Tyler Cagle Law Firm presenting and sponsoring our bracket challenge. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. And who's T4 and Googly Eyes. When we come back, baseball is here, we think.
How do we, if the T4 or Googly Eyes end up winning, how do we know who that is and how do they claim their prize?
Well, I guess they're going to tell us. Because if they don't tell us, then I guess they can't get it.
So how like we just announce it?
Yeah.
Call in within the next 5 minutes?
Well, I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna post this before I leave.
I'm trying to think who T4 might be.
Because once I get in,
I've seen T3, but
do you want me to plug anything about the event?
You might just put their website or something.
That Extreme Bulldogging Finals, is that that's what you plugged when you said he was gonna be on the show. But send me whatever I need to pair with it. But he's not competing, right? Because of his neck surgery
I don't
that
think
just
so.
happened in December. He's just gonna be there.
yes,
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of.
that's what I understood.
Okay.
Anything you do, he's going to see.
Hey.
Extreme bulldogging.com.
So just because it's X, it's
It's
not
an X
TREMEBULLDOGGING.
.com.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Bulldogging.
And what did you decide on your verdict for next Friday?
I was trying to.
Are you in for Good Friday next Friday, or you got something?
As of right now, I think I'm okay.
I'm trying to decide. Game starts at 3.
3:05.
I don't know. I cannot find what time the gates open.
I guarantee if Mom or Dad are watching right now, they can probably tell you what time they open.
Last year at opening day, the gates opened at noon. Parking lot opened at 10. If the only if we got there.
Are you going to Friday and Saturday's game?
No, just Friday. But
Okay, so I can probably put this coming to Abilene, Texas, the extreme bulldogging.
But I mean, I guess that tomorrow, I know the finals are 2 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah. I'm trying to like not make it super long, but there's just so much. I really enjoy the bag that I got from you at Business Expo. It's in my car. Like, I love it. Little trash bag thing. Final start at 2 o'clock
The little
on
trash bag thing.
Sunday.
It goes on the back of your car, back of your headrest.
Oh, it hangs on there.
It's pretty convenient, not gonna lie.
Taylor Telecom Arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a long post, but I'm gonna put it all in.
Oh, you're good.
You're fine.
Welcome back to Hodgeback Sports Life and everything in between. Hope everybody have a great day. And again, check out, if you missed any of that, you're going to want to check it out. Misty was kind of behind the scenes doing some pictures and all that, but our interview with Matt Reeves, she basically said it's probably one of the best interviews we've had, not because Josh and I did it, but just the intriguing, well, maybe it was because we did it,
Probably so.
but just the intriguing of how he got into it. And I like how, I'll be honest with you, I like how he said, when I said, so why did you pick steer wrestling? He goes, well, I'm just not a very good roper.
Yeah.
Just not a very good roper. And I guess that's the benefit of, if you're not a good roper, can you hold on? Because I guess you could do bronc riding,
Well, yeah.
you could do saddle bronc, you could bull ride.
Yeah, having that, and I guess you learn how to do it, and you would figure it out. But having that, I'm gonna ride my horse off of this horse into another animal. Just it seems like that's a big step.
Oh, good night. Well, and can you imagine being the hazer of, like, I guess he called him, is that what he called it? The hazer?
Hazer, yes.
Yeah. Like, you're kind of like the holder. Like, I would hate to not put the ball down for you to kick, and maybe the reason you don't win.
I was almost going to say exactly that when he was talking about it. I was like, that's the equivalent of being the deep snapper, was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like you do your job, the ball's in the right place, and the kicker kicks it. You mess up, and no one knew who you were, but they know that you spiked that snap or threw it over the holder's head.
Yeah, and you don't even get a chance.
Right.
Because even, I guess, in team open, that'd be my part, because if I don't want to be the reason we don't do
the
it.
header's got to pull him, the healer's got to pick it up. And I thought it was funny. He was like, I guess team open's okay. Thought it was kind of boring. And it is, like, if you were thinking about, those three events, the bulldogging, obviously, you're, like we talked about, you're jumping off of your horse, leaning in, using that leverage, the wrestling, as it's called, to get the steer down. Calf roping, you're going 90 miles an hour, bailing off the horse, flanking the calf, tying it down, like very athletic. And then the team roping, I'm not saying it's not athletic, it's just much less athletic than the other two. So I can see how, if you're good at those other two things, you might think that the team roping is a little on the boring side.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you're kind of a wimp. Hey, just real quick, while Missy's still here, we talked about everything being busy, and I know she's not going to pitch, but ACU softball is hosting Texas Tech on Tuesday. I wonder if Najee Kennedy is going to at least make the trip over and hang out with people.
Ooh, yeah, that might be something worth looking into. That would be fun.
Yeah.
$1 million pitcher. Maybe 2 million now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if there's inflation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, those Tuesday games, and I don't know softball, but in baseball, you know, the midweek games, you generally don't see the top people.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
she's not playing.
Yeah.
But she would be the equivalent of when Aaliyah Chavez was traveling, or if Caitlin Clark was traveling.
You're just gonna stand behind the gate and like yell at her.
I think there'll be some softball kids that know softball that would
Yeah.
want to.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. One of the taking on Texas Tech 5 o'clock. I mean, it's the number 2 team in the country in softball.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
And then we're going to get to the other baseball stuff, but like Tech and TCU baseball are coming soon.
yes, I did look at those dates. I didn't commit them to memory.
Well, I didn't either. That's why I'm
The
Googling.
problem, you know, that we have my boys' baseball practice is on Tuesday. You know, so it was like, if we're going to try to go to one of those games, we'd have to cancel baseball practice. You know, maybe it's justifiable. I don't know.
Tuesday, April 7th, TCU comes to town. And then on April 14th, Tech comes to town in baseball.
Yeah,
So
it's coming up.
yeah.
And that
Anyway,
baseball facility is outstanding. You know, so it's a good place to.
well, speaking of baseball, the Texas Rangers, we talked a little bit about it in the Lawrence Hall Headline Report. Again, if you missed any of the show, no offense, we get it. Shame on you. It happens. But don't forget to head over to the Apple or Spotify and download, subscribe, rate, and review to the podcast. You with Matt. There's a lot of fun there. We probably next time ought to get Carson. He was ready to talk.
Yeah. I've talked to them a little bit off air. Carson's doing the baseball thing right now, so he told me he's playing catcher.
Important position.
Yeah, well, very much so, and that's a good position, you know, for that. You know, I guess he would be in like the minor league age, you know, 10U, because there's other positions you could stand there all day and never get a ball. And a catcher, you get one every time.
Oh, and it's the one where the thing about baseball is you may never get it to have a ball come to you to redeem yourself.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, in basketball, if you're having a bad day, I mean, like you can change it. You can get a steal, get a rebound, do a lot of things. If you botch one that goes between your legs, or you miss an easy pop routine and you don't get a chance, that's a tough.
Yeah.
Tough. But anyway, baseball season is finally kicked off. And it started on Wednesday with a random, you know, football does this. They start on Thursday and then everybody else plays on Sunday. But I think it's a little different. I think it's different. Having opening day with this random team, Giants and the Yankees, and then everybody started yesterday. I think opening day should just, let me ask you, do you have a problem with them now that I realize football does the same thing?
No problem with it at all. I mean, it is what it is. You make a big national, you know, spectacle for the first game. I'm like absolutely fine with that. I thought the Netflix thing was kind of goofy.
Honestly, didn't see it.
Well, I don't have Netflix because I had 17 streaming services and had to start making some cuts, you know.
Right.
But I just saw some clips. So there was some production value to it. Some of it looked pretty cool. Some of it looked a little over the top. But I don't have a problem with that at all. I understand it, and you know, just like with the NFL, you have that big Thursday game beforehand. You make a big deal. It's the, you know, national. Everybody's watching. You know, you're ready for it to come back. You know, so you'll pay attention to it if you're a fan of football or in this case baseball. But I don't consider either one of those to be opening day.
I agree.
Like opening day is when all the teams play. There's a full slate.
You know what it reminds me of? Week 0.
Yeah.
I mean, week 0 is a dumb name for it because if you lose, you're 0-1, and that does hurt you. If you win, you're 1-0.
I've never understood why it's
Not
called week 0.
not a fan of week 0. I mean, it matters. It does. matter, but I agree with that on it should not be called opening day.
No, because yesterday was opening day. Yesterday was when the majority of all the teams played their first game. We are next Friday. I'll be at the home opener for the Rangers, because they obviously opened on the road this year. It's one of those things that if you are a baseball fan or just a general like fan of Americana tradition, opening is where it's at.
Right.
It's everybody's excited. The season's just starting. Like the all the cliches. But everyone's in first place on opening day, and then half of them aren't afterwards. But so you have that excitement. You have that looking forward to what the season's going to be like, and it's the same in football, but at the baseball stadiums, they announce all the starting lineups, in a much more in-depth way and they introduce all the supporting cast.
You open things earlier. You do things different for the game. Your opening game may be at 3:05 because they feel like, what, people are probably going to take the day off because it's so important.
Right.
They're going to make sure yesterday's game, and again, we mentioned it earlier in the headline report, the Rangers lose 5-3. Really just two bad pitches, unfortunately, for Uvalde that both were resulted in home runs. Rangers make a little bit of a run, score 3 runs later, and come up short.
Yeah, Jake Berger had a good game. That's one of those things. He didn't have such a good season last year. It's obviously just one game, but you're looking like, all right, if he's going to hit like that in the middle of the order, like that's good. Corey Seager got a couple hits. But it's still, like I said earlier in the Lawrence Hall headline report. Opening day, facing a tough pitcher. You're gonna, the best team ever win-loss records, lost 51 games.
Right.
So like that's the thing with baseball. You can't really get too up or down on any one moment in it's in the first half of the season.
And what I don't like, and tell you what, we're going to go to commercial. We'll come back and we'll finish the show because I've got a scenario situation to ask Josh as well. Not a big fan of why do they go Thursday and take Friday off? We'll get that question back right after this. Why do they do that? Just play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Somebody know.
I have been bothered by that for as long as I can remember, because you're excited, you're happy, it's opening day, woohoo! And now today you're like, well, I can't watch the Rangers today. And it's like the only Friday all year that you'll have a day off on Friday.
Right.
The justification of it is that if you have bad weather, you have a built-in makeup day the next day, so you still have your opener. Like,
You can still do your same pomp and circumstances.
yeah, without too much.
Now, start. Pearson Cootie withdraws. Wonder why he withdrew. Let's Google. Why did Pearson? I'm gonna tell you right now, all these golfers having back injuries. He withdrew because of a back injury.
Golf is
It's tough.
A lot of back work. Oh, pardon.
I filled out a women's bracket.
I did not this year. I have the past couple of years, but
I obviously didn't. I didn't join. Oh, that says I'm in. Oof. I'm in first place of your bracket.
oh,
I'm in third.
yeah, 'cause you're just barely ahead of me, huh?
Yes.
And you picked Duke,
Yeah.
and I picked Arizona.
Yeah. It'll come down to the wire.
Yeah.
All right. So we're come back. How many wins? And then last night they talked about a guy had a chance to hit the game-winning shot and he made it. You dream about being on the line and all that. What do you think is the ultimate situation kids dream about being in? Game-winning shot, game-winning field goal,
I don't think people typically.
bases loaded, bottom of the ninth.
Yeah. All of the above. Except for kicking field.
Huh?
Except for kicking field goals.
Some may. Welcome back to the Hodgepodge Sports Life and everything in between. We're glad that you're with us. We're brought to you by Lidle Land and Cattle. Go check them out. Get a Hodgepodge this weekend. Amazing pork chop. And of course, we are in our Potosi Live studio. A lot of things going on. Toadie's concert coming up. They got Wade Bowen tonight, sellout show tonight. Congratulations, those folks. And got a big celebrating 5 years being open. Great stuff there. The folks at Potosi Live. And of course, as Misty mentioned, Mulligan's this weekend had the big benefit for Coach Robinson tomorrow. And so lots going on. Josh, the Rangers are 0-1. We got about 8 minutes. How many wins? I've seen a lot of 86 and 84-ish.
Yep.
Like you mentioned earlier, hopefully not a golf round that I shoot, but I've seen some 80s.
Yeah. Well, my initial kind of thought was like 85. And like I was saying earlier, the 10-game, kind of window that I kind of see that things gonna go right. Maybe you push to upper 80s, maybe 90. If things don't go right, go back to that around 500 like it was last year. Like.
Does it bother you that, and they may still Mariner? We know what that means.
Yes.
But Seattle's kind of the favorite.
I find it interesting because, yes, Seattle is the team de jour right now that's getting a lot of hype.
They're the soup of the day.
Yes. And I have a hard time seeing it. They have a good pitching staff. Cal Raleigh, I don't think he can redo what he did last year. I mean, it was like a historic, most home runs by catcher ever. Like I don't think you bet on a repeat performance on that. So, and it seems like every year in the pre-season we hear about this is the year that Julio Rodriguez is actually going to put it all together and be that player. He's done it at spurts here and there, but he's never done it for an entire season. And I don't know if this could be the year that happens, but I don't know. And other, you start going away from that, they don't really have just a lineup that has a lot of depth. Even with Cal Raleigh having the season that he had last year, their offense was not spectacular. So it was better than the Rangers, but so I am not worried about Rangers per se. But I think they are the team to beat in the American League West.
Dodgers or the field, if you had to say, hey, I'm going to put amount of dollar on
$1.
$1 on.
Well, I'm taking the field just because it's like 29-1, but the Dodgers, they are by far the favorite. Every prognosticator that you look at has them as at least a World Series team, if not the World Series winner.
Okay, to me, I think if they get there, they win it, because who in the American League is going to be that team that could beat them?
Well, it would be tough. I mean, because you have to be able to you have to have a good pitching staff. I don't think you're going to go against the Dodgers just like outside them.
Right.
So that the Mariners have a good pitching staff. The Rangers have a good pitching staff. Like the Yankees may, if Garrett Cole comes back strong. Some of the other teams that are in the Toronto they're not as good as they were last year. Bo Bichette left, and I don't believe that they have the type of pitching staff to run a whole a series as far as starters go and dominate in that way. So I do think that for the Dodgers, it is championship or bust.
Well, and I'm not. They're obviously way more talented than the Chiefs were last year trying to three-peat. But there is still the pressure that comes with.
Yes.
As
oh yeah, I mean
Yankees of old.
Yeah, it's not something that happens. In fact, they were the first team to repeat in like 25 years or something to that effect. So it's hard, so that's why I would say if just in general, if it's Dodgers or the field, I'm taking the field, but I would not be surprised if the Dodgers are ultimately the World Series.
All right, so the New York Yankees are the last MLB team to three-peat, winning 3 consecutive World Series, 98, 99, 2000.
Yes.
So
and that was the last time we had
back-to-backs.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it'll be interesting on how the season goes. I think we're all thinking 80-win season plus put yourself in a position playoff run, because I agree with you. I used to say all the time when I was coaching, if Phil and Will or Jordan are playing well, we'll take on anybody. And the same thing with the Rangers pitching staff. If that group is pitching well and then you have some hitting behind it, there's no reason you can't compete for a chance to make a big run.
Oh, right. And then like once you get into the playoffs, your starting pitching becomes that much bigger of a deal.
Right.
And
so it'll be interesting. Baseball's here. Lots going on. Baseball. Don't forget the steer wrestling bulldogging this event this weekend. Again, you can go check out free today, tomorrow, and the tickets are really inexpensive. I think $15-20 on Sunday to go watch the best in the world at steer wrestling, and then of course benefit tomorrow out at Mulligan's and help that great family. So lots going on this weekend for you to do, to have a good time, to enjoy the weekend. Appreciate it. Don't forget to download, subscribe, rate, and review. Molly run hard today and all the things. So real quick, we got about 30 seconds. Is the Hodgepack team rolling?
Oh, well, we're 1-1. Had a rough first game. Second game, we turned it around and put the bat on the ball. So have a chilly game in the morning at 9:15. So
all right, there you go. Get your oven mitts on so you can slide into first. All right, don't forget, be back here next week for more Hodgepack Sports Life and everything in between. Jones will be back with you Monday. Of course, JB Cloud, Greg Austin, High Lonesome this weekend. Have a great one. Thank you. We'll be back more Hodgepack Sports Life and everything in between right here on 106.9, The Country Giant.
yeah, lost our first game 3-1. We gave up.
Sorry.
Yeah,
With the New York Yankees.
very interesting. All right, well, I don't think we're running anything else. I will.